we spoke to Amarim,
There wasn't
right?
a forward on the pitch.
Exactly. You put tactics, you put like the way you set the shape and team up. This is all about character and the ability to understand the assignment. We need a goal by hook or by crook. And our forward line at this time when this is all happening was Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, and Kobbie Mainoo. There's not a runner between them, right? And there's not a striker between them. But then you throw Big Duncan Ferguson, aka Harry Maguire, up front.
To be fair, he's been a better centre forward this season than Rasmus Howland has.
We'll get back to Rio in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification button so that you know when the next Big D video hits. And as ever, if something is on your mind, if something is bubbling up inside of you that you need to express, please express it in the comments. The Big D reads all of the comments and he's always interested in what's on your mind. Anyway, in this clip, it's a little clip from Rio Ferdinand's channel. It's a really good channel. He talks to a lot of great footballers and he gives some good insights, especially with Howson, who's a fellow Manchester United YouTuber. And in this clip, they are going to be talking about Manchester United's miraculous comeback against Lyon from last week. Anyway, here they are. If there's anything on your mind, please put it in the comments. Stick around for after the clip because the Big D is going to be giving his thoughts on what was discussed in this clip. Here's Rio.
You were in the stadium.
I've still not found my head.
Mate, absolute carnage. The roller coaster of emotions from being 2-0 up, high as a kite, 4-2 down, low as a snake's belly, and then back amongst the clouds. It was unreal. Like, it's crazy. And you know what? Man United, this is the I don't know, the fantasy. This is the
Mythology.
Yeah, the mythology. Good word. Of Manchester United. We go to the Bernabeu in the Champions League and we talk about this. Old Trafford, Man United has this as well. And these players they have an opportunity every game they get on that pitch to rewrite or write in their own new chapter. And I think tonight is one of those where people go, I'll never forget that. There was a kid in the stands. It was on the TV. Was doing with TNT, and it showed him crying in the stadium when we went 4-2 down, and when we went to 4-4, and then eventually went 5-4 up. His old man, his dad had him above his shoulders, and the kid was laughing his head off, like glee, like unreal. But it just shows you what football can do. Only a size 5 can do this.
There was a kid next to me in the stadium, and the last few weeks I've kind of been going like that to him. It ain't always been this bad, you know. Like, we used to be good. Listen, when your dad's telling you the stories, they're not stories. We used to be really, really good. And then he's just been absolutely screaming the place down tonight. And I was like, that's what it's about. That is what it's all about. And that is what it's all about. One of the blokes said to us, we haven't seen a night like that in about 10 years. And I was thinking, you might be right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The only one I can think of was Liverpool last season with Ahmad.
Diallo, yeah.
Outside of that, that might be the best night at Old Trafford in a decade.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That is crazy. When it used to be like every season there'd be one of those.
Every season.
Do you know what I mean? There'd be somewhere, a home or away, it'd be something like that would happen. It's mad because in commentary, I remember Darren Fletcher said, like, we need a miracle. And I was like,
was it 3 goals in 5
minutes? 3
minutes?
goals in 6 minutes. It was crazy. And that's, you know what it is? We spoke to Amarim,
There wasn't
right?
a forward on the pitch.
Exactly. You put tactics, you put like the way you set the shape and team up. This is all about character and the ability to understand the assignment. We need a goal by hook or by crook. And our forward line at this time when this is all happening was Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, and Kobbie Mainoo. There's not a runner between them, right? And there's not a striker between them. But then you throw Big Duncan Ferguson, aka Harry Maguire, up front.
To be fair, he's been a better centre forward this season than Rasmus Howland has.
Crazy. And he, against Nottingham Forest, went up, caused havoc. And then today he goes up there and you go, you know what? Wow. It was just one of those, it's written. And again, his character has to be, I think you have to show huge respect to Harry Maguire because the character he's shown, he's had the captaincy took off him, he's had people question his ability, he's had people question his time at Manchester United, should he be there, should they sell him, etc. He's stuck it out and he's been able to create a moment like this for himself that he would look back on and go, you know, probably one of the best moments of my life, my career.
We've just had a game that we won. and it was 1, right? At 2-0, United had then started to create all sorts of chances. And then Garnacho goes through.
Yeah. Right.
Because obviously, Joel, let's roll it back actually, because I left some on Garnacho on Monday's show.
Yeah, if you didn't see the show, go back and look at the show. He was absolutely savage on Garnacho.
Mm-hmm. And then his first touch, flawless decision making to pull it back for Ugarte, set the first goal of the game up.
Just quickly, just on
Fantastic
that,
stuff.
you are saying that Garnacho, you wouldn't have him excited. On that, when you get a glimpse of that, do you not go, and you coach, you got a team, you're a manager of a team, right? Do you not look at that and you go, he's 21 years old, he's getting into them positions again where he's creating danger, he makes the right decision. And then later in the game, we see it, and he makes probably 4 bad decisions, right? Which is fine. But do you not go, are you one that clings on to the good decision and goes, right, I can build on that, or he's made 4 bad ones, he's done for me?
I think you know. it's the 4 bad ones. Because I think decision making is probably... Why was Roy Keane good?
Decision making was great.
Almost flawless. Yeah,
but was his decision making great at Forest?
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
He did win Player of the Year in a relegated team, though, so it couldn't have been bad.
So did Scott Parker.
Was his good?
He was right.
There you go. I think what people want is you've got to be deadly, aren't you? And you can pull up the chances that he gets, and I think his ability to create chances is absolutely a skill. It is a skill, especially when you contrast that with Rasmus Højlund, who genuinely it is like playing with 10 men at the moment. To me, I know we spoke in the car on the way here, didn't we? You kind of liked his link-up play. I'm not asked about his link-up play.
Yeah, goals, isn't it?
Yeah, not just goals, movement in the box, and being a threat, and even it ain't going right for him. And if it ain't going right for you, you've got to fix one thing which you can, which is your attitude and your application. And for me, he didn't look like he was interested in pressing. Anytime someone else had a shot, and there was a few at 2-0.
He was going crazy, wasn't
he was slapping his arms around and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, but you're not there when there is a cross to be had anyway. Dogu flashed one across the front post. Wasn't there? There was a couple, actually, where he just wasn't in the right position. But that was the big one, I think. And you think... For me, the decision making with Garnacho is a massive issue. But I thought tonight, even with the bad decision making, I think he had a good game.
And you know why he had a good game? I spoke to Robbie Savage about this in commentary. Is because he didn't play the 10 position, which is what Ruben Amorim's system requires. He was allowed to be a bit more of a winger today, and there was the opportunity to run in loads of grass. And I think that's his game. If he's having to receive towards a 10 when he's back to play, it nullifies everything about his game. So
I think against Wolves, he's probably going to be one of the first names on the team sheet for that, because he'll drag those centre halves out,
get us on the pitch
and be in that sort of space. But yeah, we win a game at 2-0. We have all of those chances. The third goes in and it's pipe and slippers time, and it's start thinking about what Airbnb you're going to Bilbao,
what type of ham on you're going to have in Bilbao.
Do you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, ham on.
Can't wait to go and get a bit of that.
I
Ham on
love
and cheese.
Bilbao. It's one of my favourite stadiums in the world.
Did you go to the game when we got beat there?
No, I went and watched them versus Atletico Madrid a few years ago.
Yeah, we got pumped.
Loved it. I think it's a phenomenal stadium, and I'm glad the finals.
Do you think we can win?
No.
That's a deflator, isn't it? That's a big deflator. I was on a high there, going through the clouds, and then all of a sudden this guy just brings us down with Mr. Pessimist.
I think they're the favourites to win it.
Yeah.
I think if you beat them, you're winning it. I'm not asked about Tottenham. But I think they are the team to beat. And I think the incentive of it being at home for them, and I don't know, there's just...
It's going to be tough there, man. Their fans are mad.
Yeah.
I played there in the old stadium. It was like... It was a whirlwind of like, who the hell are these? I'd never heard of Bielsa. He was a manager.
Was this when Ander Herrera played for him?
Yeah, so I'd done a drug test after the game with Ander Herrera.
Who was the fellow there up front?
Lorente.
Lorente.
Scored a worldie away, right? But I'd done a drug test with him, and I said to Herrera, what do you guys do? Like the way they were running, they were non-stop for 90 minutes. They overrun us, right? And he was like, he went, our manager, if you don't know him, he's crazy. We train harder than we play. He said, I'm so fit, it's unreal. And yeah, they were... the fans there are crazy, man. So it's going to be a tough game, a tough assignment.
We're better in Europe.
Yeah, definitely. But the reason why I've said this, I'll get your thoughts on this. We're better in Europe. And also, Amarin agreed with this because he confirmed it after the game.
Are we the only unbeaten team in Europe, by the way?
Yeah. But the reason why we're better in Europe is because they're in the Premier League, physically, we can't match up to anybody. Everybody's quicker, stronger, more powerful. Right, and they're better in transitions.
By the way, watch out for that Sunday. Wolves are going to do dirty.
But we're in Europe, we can outrun teams, we can overrun teams, we're more powerful than most other teams.
But can you do that with Bilbao?
That's the question.
Because I'm looking at Nico Williams and I'm thinking,
yeah, Nico. God. Anyway, let's move on from that. Right, let's enjoy what we've been around.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy it. We lost a game, or we won a game, then we lost a game, and then we won a game, and I want you to grass up all of those people
that left
at 4-2. So when a penalty goes in, my dad goes, "I'm off."
Did your dad get off today?
Yeah, he got off.
Oh no! I thought your bloodline shouldn't be doing that. I don't imagine your bloodline doing that, and that disappoints me a little bit.
I was there. You can go watch my video. I was there till the bitter end, to the whistle. Whistle.
Well done. Listen.
I disagree with Steve. I think Manchester United are the favourites. I agree though in the sense that Bilbao are probably the toughest opponent left for Manchester United, even though Tottenham could be a potential banana skin. But all the teams left in the Europa League are a bit rubbish. That being said, Bilbao have been quite consistent in La Liga. But, I mean, they're still fighting on two fronts. So they've got La Liga to, continue to chip away at and perhaps finish top four. And they've got the Europa League. So the question is, are they prioritising anything on that front? So, perhaps their focus is split a little bit on that. Whereas Man United have given up in the league. I mean, after the Wolves game, I don't think anyone cares that we got beat by Wolves and we're probably going to finish 2 places above the relegation zone. We don't care. No one cares anymore. Hardly anyone's commenting on it anymore. So we are just going all out for the Europa League. Now, they have got a good side and they do seem to be well drilled, well organised and all that good stuff. And yeah, they've got Nico Williams. Okay, yeah, fine. They've got Nico Williams. But we've got Bruno Fernandes. I'd rather have Bruno Fernandes than Nico Williams. Any day. And plus, we'll also have, hopefully, everyone fit again. So we'll have De Ligt back as well, hopefully. Casemiro's on form. So he's played against Bilbao loads of times. So he's going to know how to sort of handle a team like that. Ugarte is kicking on as well. Garnacho's attitude's bucked up over the past few weeks. Well, since January, really. I don't think he played that well against Lyon. Not really. I mean, he was all right. I mean, he should have scored and made it 3-0. And because he didn't, he nearly gave all Man United fans a heart attack in extra time. But, I'm kind of glad he missed because it was a fantastic finish. But the point is, I don't think he played that well. And I think Rio's right in that when he plays in the number 10 position, it doesn't necessarily suit his skill set because he's not really... He reminds me of Rashford in that he's not very good at holding up the ball. He's not skillful enough and he doesn't retain possession enough on the ball in the short spaces. He very much relies on his speed. He's not intricate enough. So, yeah. The jury's out for Garnacho on me still. I mean, I've been saying for a while, I think he's overrated. He's good in a certain kind of system, but that's it. That's it. Outside, and that's the sort of counter-attacking style. But when we're doing this 3-4-3, which most people in the squad seem to be really starting to get used to, we've been playing some really nice football in that, really, when we're concentrating. So, what's it going to be like in the summer next season when, he buys 4 players, and 4 really good players that suit the system. I mean, is it going to look quite tasty? But yeah, big game against Bilbao on Thursday away. I mean, yeah, the first leg is going to be make or break. I mean, even if we got beat 1-0, that wouldn't be too bad. A draw would be good. That would be a fantastic result. A draw. But who knows? A win. A win. I mean, we are the only team in Europe that is undefeated in Europe. How has that happened? And it's right what they're saying there. We do seem to suit playing on the continent in this style. So maybe that'll work in our favour. Maybe we'll be able to muscle them off the ball a little bit. Because all them continental sides, are all very intricate and all that. So if we can do that, that would be a bonus and that will help us kick on. But we shall soon see. But yeah, what a game that was last week. I mean, I've had a few days now to sort of process it more and more and more. I've been ill over the weekend. And I think maybe a big part of that is because I've been emotionally drained after that game on Thursday. But it was such a weird game to be at. I mean, we were fantastic for the first half. And then we just kind of down tools after Garnacho missed that sitter when he was through on goal and should have made it 3-0. And then that brought them back into the game and we went 4-2 down. And in a team that has struggled to score, that doesn't have a goal scorer in the team, we managed to score 3 goals in 6 minutes. How does that even happen? And is that the greatest European night we've had in the past 10 years? Perhaps at Old Trafford, maybe. Was it better than Paris away? Yeah. I would say it was better than Paris away when Marcus Rashford scored that last minute penalty and we come back from 2-0 down or something like that. I think it was. Even though Paris Saint-Germain were a much better side and it was the Champions League and they had Mbappe and Neymar playing for them. This one was better because at the very least we do have a shot at winning the Europa League. Whereas we didn't really have a shot at winning the Champions League back then. Outside of that, I'm not entirely sure. I can't really remember like a great home European night. It's been so long. Maybe the Roma game where we won 7-1. Was it 7-1? I think it was 7-1 when we absolutely battered Roma. A Totti and De Rossi Roma. That was a good one that we had. And it was good beating AC Milan 3-2 that same season as well. But I do remember a sense of foreboding with that one because we still had to go to the San Siro and we didn't have a defence. And Kaka absolutely put us to the sword in that game. So I wasn't confident going into the second leg on that one. Maybe the Barcelona one the year later where we knocked Barcelona out. That was a good European night. Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, there's been few and far between. I mean, games in general have been few and far between that have been memorable for Manchester United over the past decade. But I agree with Steve. The game against Liverpool last year in the FA Cup was immense, and I was at that one as well. And yeah, and I did actually say that the game against Lyon, I've just been lucky the past 2 seasons that I just happened to have been at the 2 best Manchester United matches over the past, well, at least 5 or 6 years anyway. But yeah, it was a fantastic game. Hopefully more to come. Hopefully going to Bilbao. Well, the Bilbao home game anyway, next week. That's if we don't get slaughtered in Bilbao this week. Fingers crossed we don't. It's going to be a tough one. I think we're good enough to win the Europa League. Bilbao are a good side. They are going to be dangerous. We are going to have to be 100% concentrated, and we are going to have to give it our all, and all of the players are going to have the game of their life for us to have a chance. But they are more than capable of doing that, because we do have form is temporary, class is permanent. We proved that last week. We do have the talent. Things just need to click into place. I think they have. I think they didn't click into place early enough for us to do anything in the league. However, it seems to be working in the Europa League. But time will tell. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the game last week now that the dust has settled? And what do you think about the Bilbao games? Do Manchester United have a chance? Do you think we'll win it? If we beat Bilbao, who do you think will play in the final? And will we beat them? Will it be Spurs? You tell me. Thoughts in the comments. And the Big D will see you next one.